Carrie's not a fan of Scandal.
I'm not.
But me and Jay
are
praying
over him. Believe God.
You can pray over me all you want. I will not revert it. I reprobate.
But you know, we have ideas like we tweet, man, what if Carrie said this or they said this at this time? So Cartoon Scandal is like a recap with the people. It's not just me.
Right.
It's the people of Twitter's thoughts.
Yes,
the
people's thoughts.
But yeah, so it was crazy because I did one and people were like, this is what you should do, right? By episode 3, blogs were all over it. Episode 5, literally, Shonda was people started tweeting on my behalf to her, you know, because I don't really like to tweet to people. You know, it's just, I don't know how to think about that.
Right.
But anyway, then I remember, I'll never forget the episode before. Okay, so Thanksgiving was a Thursday and Scandal was off because it was Thanksgiving. So Shonda Rhimes tweeted, "No Scandal tonight because it's Thanksgiving, but here's this cartoon version of last week's episode." And I was like, "Oh, Mama, we made it, Mama, we out here," you know, because it was. And then the writers' room had Scandal because I was like, if Shonda could see it and Carrie can see it, they just see it. I don't even know. They talked about it in the writers' room. And they were like, "We love it." And it's just really a testament to, like Jay said, man, trying, failing, trying again, and when you find something.
So let me speak to that, brothers, because you're saying something to the innovator, you're saying something to the entrepreneur, you're saying something to the one that has tried and failed, given up. Speak to that. You pushed it into the atmosphere.
Here's a quote, Harry, and I'm going to give it to you.
Get it to
my wife was, you know, we open these clothing lines. I have one, Faith. Playmakers have one.
Believe.
Yeah,
Believe.
Online.
Faith.
Yes. And my wife was saying, she was like, man, I want to open one. Not like this. She wants to do more of a women's boutique.
Wow.
Like real clothing, you know, like I want, you know, but she was like, I'm afraid to fail. And I said, and this is like, you know, crazy to me, but I said, success is just a navigation of failure. Come on. Amen. Success is merely the navigation of failure. What you see now, the Playmakers, is 13 years of messing up.
Yeah.
That's all. Everything we learned in business, everything we learned in marketing, and it's all from messing up. We did, man. We were, bro. The stories we could tell you.
Listen,
man. We were young.
Listen,
and
squandered money. Squandered. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that we've always done is we tried to invest in ourselves in trying to make it. We've always tried to invest in ourselves in doing whatever we're doing. We've always believed in ourselves. We've always believed in our stories. We've always believed in our material. One, because it was touching the people. When we were doing plays, we weren't making box office money like, man, the play didn't sell out. But people, we did one play, the guy said, literally, he said, it was a story about families, but one of the people were going to commit suicide in the play. We were kind of talking about a struggle. It was actually a real life story that we did in one of our plays. And the dude came up and said, listen, man, that was me. I've been there. Oh, wow. I've been there. You know, a lot of people, I went through that. I went through this. So the people actually helped us keep going because we knew something was there. We knew something was there. We were just trying to make it any way we could. Exactly. We can always tell stories. So what happened with the advent of social media, it just was able to expand our brand faster than we ever could. And we got in. We're comedians, yes, but we're more storytellers than we are anything. And so that people are just now getting to see the storytelling part because like with Flawed is a web series that we're doing, and it's more of a drama, you know, kind of scandal in the church kind of situation, and it just kind of edge of your seat kind of thing. And we're gonna stab at it because now we have a platform. Now we have a platform to where we can say, okay, you guys like this. Now we're going to try to give you something else. And then, you know, we're going to go like into our scripted material with TV. Elder, this is Bishop Kirkland.
Pastor Kirkland, everybody.
No. Yes.
No, Bishop.
Pastor Kirkland, everybody.
The Bible says a man that desires, I don't desire that.
And so we're diving into that. You know, I'm developing another web series as we speak. Just a whole different, you know, just us material that are coming for us, because now it's about us getting our stories out to the world and helping people that are like us get their stories out too.
Phenomenal. That's just one thing we've always believed in, because, you know, just truth be told, we were on the come up, right? And we were with Tasha Smith. We met with Tasha Smith. She came to Tacoma.
Tasha Smith if you don't know off the top, Tasha Smith is always in Tyler Perry's place. Why did I get married?
Angela. I want to say Angela.
Tasha Smith, the one that's always ghetto. Boom, boom. I was just waiting for you to find out. That's Tasha Smith.
So she came to Tacoma. This is probably like 7 years ago. Probably 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Whenever Dark Knight came out, the Batman Dark Knight came out. Anyway, so we went to her acting class, and then she was like, "I want you guys to come to New York and you know,
part of it."
Right. So we there wasn't no investment there, so we had to pay our own way to New York, all that. So we remember talking to her, and we were like, "Tasha, how can we make it like you?" And this 7 years ago or something like that, 5 years ago, she was like, "You guys are already making it. You guys have already made it. You just don't see that you made it." And I can't teach you how to go through the process because your journey is not my journey. Right. So she was like, "There's nothing I can do for you." So a lot of times people are always wanting somebody else to put them on. And a lot of times that person
talk to the camera, sir.
Listen, a lot of times people can't put you where you are supposed to be. You know, you've got to go where you're going. Like people think, and I don't mean this in the meaning, but people send me a resume and give it to people in Hollywood. I don't know nobody in Hollywood. You know what I mean? And if I could help you, I would, but I can't. It's not like a hating thing or I don't want you to do well. I literally I can't do anything for you. Wow. And that's Tasha taught us that. There's nothing she could do for us that we couldn't do. Now, if somebody reaches out and partners with you, that type of thing, that's not what I mean. I mean, people, a lot of times we get so busy into if I can just meet this person, they can do this. Meet this person, I can do that. We were making our first videos like this. All right, talk, Jay. We got a laptop. We don't have no mic. We don't have we had everything that came with the stuff. Right. iMovie came with the computer. Come on. Nothing special. We learned how to edit on YouTube. There was nobody to do it.
We learned how to edit because we had to learn how to edit.
Wow.
We didn't have anybody. We still edit our own videos right now.
We still do everything.
We still do everything right now to this day.
Yeah. That is so detrimental because we have I'm an independent artist. My wife is. We have so many people that are independent, and it's the DIY, do it yourself age. And so I express that to people all the time. Do it yourself and stop waiting on the big come up, the Barry Gordon, walk to the record label and all that stuff like that.
We were talking to Vashawn Mitchell. One time, me and Jay had to go pick Vashawn Mitchell because he came to sing in our church. And he said that. He said the reason why he made it because he could write, he could sing, he produced his own music. Sir. He was doing his own thing. Nobody was helping him. So when the label came, he was like, "This is my package."
That's really what Hollywood now is not really, and a lot of things, they're not trying to develop. They're trying to take what is developed and broadcast it. So Flawed, if you pitch that to Scandal, to ABC, they're going to be like, no. But when they see it in real life, then they'll be like, okay. That same thing with Black Church thing that we did. Yeah. They didn't see what we saw when we put on the internet. Then people were like, okay, the vein that we're in didn't exist on YouTube. Right. Period. Good, clean church comedy. Not the pastor's stealing. Okay, you're not a church person if that's the only thing you think is funny. Pastor's a pimp. That's not the case. You know what I mean? But so that niche didn't even. It didn't exist on YouTube. So we created it. And then we brought it to people this is what you need. And now we're trying to take that same thing. Man, we know. I hope when we make it and we look back at this interview, this genre, it works. There's people like us everywhere in the world.
Listen. And Hollywood knows now, because we live there and when we talk and we know people, Hollywood knows how strong the faith-based community is. They know that there's dollars there. They know that there's stories there.
You know what they didn't realize?
Our people, I'm talking. There's stories there that our people want to hear. You know what I mean? Yeah. And what the thing that came out was, and I'll say this before I pass this back to Bishop, is that the movie The Butler. This is when I think this was when Tyler Perry had a certain genre of stuff, but he kind of didn't. He tried to move to the right, and he didn't have to. He could have stayed with our people. Medea was one way, then it kind of changed. Right. But then The Butler, they predominantly marketed that to our people. Right. And the movie sold, they were like, wow. So now, Devon Franklin was talking about it. Devon Franklin, who was Megan Good's husband, who was the vice president of pictures at Columbia, did Heaven is Real that just came out. And it did phenomenal. So he just keeps saying, this keeps opening the door for more faith-based things to happen and to get approved and to get seen. Right. And so we're on the forefront of a lot of those things coming in. Right. We're on the forefront of that.
We got to go.
Who gotta go? That's my mom.
That's
I'm
mama.
wrong.
But we could.
One thing I want to say before we
Go ahead.
close.
Go ahead.
The Hollywood thought that it was black people behind Tyler Perry's. They don't realize it was black church people
Right.
that bought the plays. They just see black. They don't know that the black dollar was, furthermore, the black church dollar. That's really, Tyler knows.
He knows it.
That's what put him here. We know. Black people know.
Right.
And Hollywood doesn't know. So now they're finding, okay, now Hollywood doesn't understand black people, period.
Yeah.
They definitely don't know the difference between a black person and a black church person.
Right.
And a black church person will go to a movie if it's in their, thing.
Yeah.
So that and what we want to do is and the same thing we did with our plays. We're closing. I didn't even know your camera could go this long.
Yeah.
Um,
New technology.
yeah.
Thanks.
Our material has never been like church material. Our plays and stuff,
Right.
but we are Christian people. Our plays used to just be stories about love, loss, stuff, and it would have a Christian message. And that's the same thing we want our movies to be. Stories that you, as a Christian, you can get. Faith-based is really a good term for it because it's not like church people go through regular life stuff too. Right. It's not only church thing. We have church stuff too, but we also have child support. We got the rents due. We got student loans. We have those things. Sir. So that's what we want to do. That's what we want to cover. And life, and hopefully, just life
from our perspective,
life more abundantly.
And it's been effective. It's been effective. As we close, I tell this to people all the time, making indirect hits. I'm in the military. This is a military town. The field artillery oftentimes deals with indirect fire. It impacts, may not be directly to the main source, but it makes an impact. And oftentimes, I tell people like you guys have been doing, make an impact, whether it be directly or indirect. Oftentimes, you got to take a different route to get to where you're going. May not be mainstream radio, but it's internet radio.
Right.
You're making an impact. You're getting spins. You're making money.
Yeah.
I would love you guys to speak to the artists, but we have to close out.
Amen.
I will
Shout
speak
out,
to them
love.
real quick.
Speak to the
real
artists.
quick. I want to say this. I had this conversation the other day. We're closing. We're out of here. Get your bags.
This is the third close.
10 more
Third
minutes.
close.
Get your purses together. Get your
2 minute
kids
warning.
together.
Last
Listen,
offering.
the internet is your new selling it out of the trunk.
There you go.
That's what it is. The internet is your new trunk.
Absolutely.
So when you have your stuff together, your Instagram, your Facebook, your Twitter, your website should all lead back to each other so that all things work together for the good of those that are selling online. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, that is your new hustle. That's your new trunk. That's the way to get it out to the world right now. And if you've done 80 videos and none of them have done well, on the 81st video, that might be the one that goes viral. And then all those other 80 videos that you thought didn't mean anything, everybody comes back and watches everything then.
That's it.
I'm telling you. So it doesn't just keep trying. Keep doing it. Keep going. We are literally a product of keep trying.
Suffolk and Bishop has spoken. Amen. I thank God for our district elder and apostle. Hey, we love you guys. Playmakers, we'll see you tonight.
We'll see you at the conference.
As they minister, as they perform, as they give God to people. Love you guys. Thank you guys.
Hey, all right, guys.